A cat and a mouse wanted to live together, and so they got themselves a small apartment in a quiet part of town. It was so quiet, in fact, that gainful employment couldn't be relied upon. So they agreed that they should put something aside for the winter, in case of shortage, and chipped in together to buy a little pot of butter. This done, they had to settle on a safe place to store this valuable asset. In the end, since they didn't know of a better and safer place to put it, they stuck it under the altar in the church, where it was supposed to stay until they needed it. Now, there's no denying that a lick of butter, when you've a taste for it, is a treat that's hard to resist, and it wasn't long before the thought of butter melted into an insatiable desire in the mind of the cat. When that desire had the better of willpower, the cat went to the mouse and said, "Listen, little mouse, my cousin has asked me to be godfather to her child. She's had a brand new kitten, white with brown spots. I'm to hold him at the christening. You'll be okay, won't you, if I go out today and you take care of the house by yourself?" "Absolutely fine," answered the mouse. "Go on, and think of me when you get to the buffet. I'm very partial to a cheese vol au vent." But the cat made a beeline for the church and passed a guiltless hour licking the skin from the top of the butter pot. Then he strolled fatly around the city and didn't go home until evening. "You must have had a good time," the mouse said. "What name did they give the child?" "Top Off," the cat answered. "Top Off? That's a new one on me. I've never heard of it outside of the circus before." It wasn't long before the cat felt another craving, and stronger than before, and went to the mouse and said, "I've been asked to be godfather again. The child has a white ring around his body. In my community, you can't refuse under those circumstances. It's in the way of an obligation. You see, you'll have to do me a favour and look after the house." The mouse shrugged and consented, and the cat went again and ate up half of the pot of butter. When he returned home, the mouse asked, "What name was this godchild given?" "Half gone." "Half gone? Well now, it's a new one on me, and not one of the old names," said the mouse. Now the butter had entered the cat's soul, and no thought was so secure that it couldn't be abandoned for the consideration of that precious pot of spread. And so the cat went a third time to the long-suffering mouse and said, "Our mouse, you know that good things come in threes just as bad things. So it should be no surprise to you that I've been called on to be godfather again for a third time. This child's all black and has white paws. Aside from that, there's not a white hair on his body. This has caused great excitement in my community, as it only happens once every few years. You'll let me go, won't you?" "Top Off, Half Gone," the mouse said. "Those are really curious names. I'm beginning to wonder about them. Never mind. You go ahead." The mouse cleaned the house and put it in order and went to bed alone. Meanwhile, the cat ate up the rest of the butter in the pot and came home, stout, stuffed, and shiny whiskered, late at night. What's the name of the third child? Asked the mouse ruefully. All gone. All gone? Hey now, that's the most suspicious of all the names, said the mouse. All gone? What's it supposed to mean? There's never been a mouse called All Gone. Upon saying that, the mouse shook her head, turned over, and went to sleep. Nobody asked the cat to be godfather for a fourth time. However, soon winter came and times got tight and there was nothing more to be found outside. So the mouse said to the cat, "Come on, let's go and take something from the butter pot we hid under the altar." But when they got there, the jar was completely empty, the sides licked clean, and even the smell of butter a distant memory. "Oh," said the mouse, "now I know what's happened. It's as clear as day. All those times you said you were being godfather, you were getting fat on our joint account. First the top, then half, then—" "Shut up, you selfish mouse," yelled the cat. "One more word and you'll go the way of the butter." All Gone was already on the tip of the poor mouse's tongue. No sooner did she say it than the cat jumped on her and swallowed her without chewing. And that, I'm sorry to say, is the way of the world.